Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I don't know what Animal Crossing is. I've never heard of it in my life. It sounds more like people not being animalist towards zebras, so you want to call it Animal Crossing and call it a neutral name rather than being animalist towards zebras. No, I'm joking. I've never heard of Animal Crossing as a game in my life, but Sheikh Saad, Allah preserve him, has got a book where he's talking about the conditions when video games are permissible, etc. And from there, there's a list of them, and I think they've been translated, you can find them. And from there, one of the conditions, and this makes obvious common sense, that the character that you choose can't be somebody who represents something which is bad. When you look at them, their morals, the things they say, etc. So you are allowed to play with these characters, and it doesn't take the ruling of playing with images according to the correct opinion. But from what I understand from this game, I think it's one of those games where you create a village and you develop it and you think of ways of improving, etc. Therefore, you are not creating something from new. This is the reservation that you've got, isn't it? Which is you are creating a fetus, and then that fetus turns into a child, and that child becomes an animal. It doesn't work like that, because what you do is you choose a village, you choose a plot of land, and then you put animals on it, and then you put crops on it. This is why I understand, and then you develop it. This is why I understand what the game is about, and it creates, critical thinking. It creates analysis in children and the person who is playing the game. So in that scenario, inshallah, it's not anything which is haram. It is not competing with the process of creation, inshallah. It is well known that Aisha radiallahu anha used to have a doll, in the shape of a horse. Therefore, the character is there already. You're not creating something. And I don't think there is any game where you would create a human being and then play with it. I mean, the model, the character, the profile is already there, and you can alter the profile, but that's about it. So, I mean, inshallah, there's no harm in it, especially if there is an educational purpose for children. Like we have said in a previous audio recently, and we've said before in one of our durus when we were looking at the prophetic medicine, that the ulama have put down conditions when it comes to adults. When it comes to children, playing with images, playing games that might not necessarily serve a direct benefit, there is more flexibility in that. But as the child gets older, and especially for adults, playing with images becomes makruh, to say the least. And this is why they say chess is haram, some of the ulama. And they are agreed that if the game has no real benefit to the person's deen or dunya, then it is just laghu and it's a waste of time. It is just laghu and lahu, and it is just a waste. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, فَذَرْهُمْ يَخُودُوا وَيَلْعَبُوا. Leave them because they are in play and jest. This is how they experience their life and the life of this dunya, and it doesn't befit a believer to do that. When a believer has hobbies and pastimes, it should be something which is going to be of benefit to them. It is something that you can enjoy, of course, but it has to have a benefit. If a person is just playing a game, social media, whatever it might be, and there is no actual benefit, Allahu A'lam, this is makruh, to say the least. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He allows us to give us the ability to become the best murabbeen, and that He allows us to instill in our houses and ourselves the best of tarbiyah. Allahu A'lam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.